A gracious morning to you, all fellow viewers of My Media Prime Television. You're watching the morning edition of information coming to you live from Studio 1 of My Media Prime Television here in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, with me, Fon Quinter. Let's begin today's edition of Prime Flash in the Northwest region, where some 15 common initiative groups in Ginikomboyo division of the region have received farm equipment which consist, amongst others, of wheelbarrows, trucks and sprayers from the Ginikom Council. The gift, according to Mayor Young Samuel Law, is to improve productivity and livelihood of his people. Now here's an excerpt of Mayor Law Samuel Young after the distribution exercise selected for us by Charles Kiwa. Take a listen.
As you can see, today we were distributing some agricultural and equipment to groups in Ginikom municipality, and the real intention was to see how we can empower the population through the women. We gave them grinding mills, which we think that the grinding mills can assist them in producing feed for their animals if they so like, and equally to produce to grind their corn. You know that this grinding mill will act as a source of income to them. The other items like the milk, the hand carts, the wheelbarrows, and the watering cans, with the sprayers will equally assist them to increase their farm produce. In fact, the intention is that they should have qualitative and quantitative products from our farms, so that we can be able to sell it for good money.
Now, several passengers were left stranded at the Douala International Airport on Saturday, September 24, 2022, following a strike action by air traffic controllers. The planned 48-hour action was initiated by the Union of Air Traffic Controllers of Asena, leading to massive disruption. Travelers at the Douala International Airport complained of COVID-19 tests that will expire after they paid a sum of 30,000 francs CFA. The air traffic controllers are demanding an improvement in their working conditions and better career plans. Away from that, Cameroon's child abuse response has been ranked amongst the worst in the world. This was made public based on a research carried out by the Out of Shadows Index. A global initiative GERT was responding to child abuse cases in all forms globally. Darling Gande with details in this report.
Child abuse is the physical maltreatment or sexual molestation of a child.
Je veux plus entendre ça. Si jamais ça se répète, moi je te renie.
In Cameroon, despite lots of underground work being done by the state and stakeholders to protect children and prevent the ill, there are still cases of abuse being recorded in numbers. If an abused child is not going through sexual exploitation, neglect, labor, genital mutilation amongst other abuse types, they are either exposed to the rising number of conflicts within the country, and for this reason, Cameroon has now been listed amongst the 3 countries with the worst child abuse response records in the world. This is according to research carried out by the Out of Shadows Index, a global initiative geared towards responding to child abuse cases in all their forms globally. The study classifies Cameroon amongst Uzbekistan as the worst places in the world for children victims of sexual abuse in particular. The assessment further solidifies claims earlier made about the disturbing child abuse records within the country. In 2019, for example, the Cameroon Baptist Convention, the CBC, sounded an alarm on the various abuse types mitigated on children, especially those living with disabilities. The CBC revealed that at least 50% of children in Cameroon have experienced some form of abuse. Currently, government is battling several armed conflicts across the nation, and in this light, many have wondered if this would now be a priority, while other humanitarian organizations have opined that children in humanitarian settings are equally more likely to witness more physical, sexual, and psychological abuse.
Now, a lady identified as Tolo Bridget is in hospital in Sang Malimaja and Lobo Division of the South region of Cameroon after her hand was chopped off by her boyfriend, whose only name we got as Christian. According to sources, the said boyfriend accused her of being rude to him before carrying out the act. The guy reportedly disappeared immediately after he committed the act. Now, the European Union will assess the impact of the Economic Partnership Agreement on Cameroonian companies come September 28, 2022 in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital. This meeting will allow economic operators and business leaders take stock of the opportunities offered by this trade agreement. Cynthia Azanu with details in this report.
The European Union will assess the impact of the Economic Partnership Agreement (EPA) on Cameroonian companies. This meeting, scheduled in Douala on the 28th of September, will allow economic operators, business leaders, and employer officials to take stock of the opportunities offered by the trade agreement. On December 17, 2007, Cameroon and the European Union concluded an economic partnership agreement. This EPA was signed on January 2009 and approved by the European Parliament on June 13, 2013, and ratified by Cameroon on July 22, 2014. Its provisional application has been effective since August 4, 2014. This agreement allowed Cameroon to benefit from unprecedented free access to European markets for its export products such as bananas, processed cocoa products, plywood, amongst others. However, the European Union has benefited from a gradual liberalization of Cameroon market products since August 4, 2016. In this context, the meeting scheduled for September 28 is to assess the impact of European Union on the Economic Partnership Agreement with Cameroon companies. Reports say in the agreement made between Cameroon and European Union countries, all importation products originating from Cameroon enter the European market without tax or quota since January 1, 2008 and without time limit. In return, Cameroon is gradually eliminating custom duties on 80% of its imports of products originating from the European Union during a transitional period of 15 years.
Let's now talk health, and Bokengo Wadi dwells on Cholesterol Awareness Month commemorated every September to encourage persons to stay healthy. Get full details in this report.
Other animal foods, cholesterol is a fat-like substance also made in one's liver for many different important functions in the body, needed by the body to maintain the smooth flow of cell membranes, cell formation, repair, bile, vitamin D and hormone production, boost one's metabolism amongst others. The multifaceted molecule cholesterol has two main types, namely low-density lipoprotein and high-density lipoprotein, as well as an overdose of cholesterol. Worth noting is the fact that though the body needs cholesterol to function properly, an overdose or high intake as well as production of cholesterol is linked with health risks and hazards such as diarrhea, stroke, coronary heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, peripheral vascular disease, chest pain, erectile dysfunction, dizziness, obesity, and in rare and severe cases, death borne by heart attack. Seeking to encourage persons every month of September as well as non-sufferers to know their cholesterol level, experts say maintaining a healthy weight, reducing sugar intake, consuming healthy balanced diet, avoid or quit smoking, as well as exercising, together with proper intake of medication and regular checkup in a hospital, are steps to help prevent, manage, and reduce high cholesterol as well as its prevalence of stroke and heart attack worldwide.
Let's take you out of Cameroon, where health officials in Uganda say at least a total of 16 people have contracted the highly contagious Ebola virus, while 18 people also likely had the disease. So far, 4 people have already died from the virus, raising fears of a spreading outbreak that involves a strain for which a vaccine has not yet been found. Authorities first declared an outbreak attributed to the relatively rare Ebola Sudan strain in the central district of Mubende early September, which has now spread to 3 districts, leading to a ban on large public gatherings in Mubende and all other affected parts of the country. Now, hundreds of demonstrators took to the streets of Nairobi over the weekend to demand wealthy countries to do more to tackle climate change in Africa. Areas of Kenya have been devastated by the worst drought in 40 years, which many are blaming on global warming, and campaigners say industrialized nations should compensate them for their losses. In September 2021, almost 3.5 million Kenyans became victims of extreme weather, with government declaring it a national disaster. That concludes today's edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. It was compiled and produced thanks to Elvis, Modika. My name is Fon Quinter. The brief comes up at exactly 10 a.m. with Gladys Bomotongina and Lasha Kingsley. Developments of this and more be yours at exactly 6:30 p.m. with Eileen Samantu. Then have a blessed day in the company of more programs and the African Eye. Goodbye.